starring Ronald, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the host of the Ronald Show, Ronald.
What if a government intelligence analyst from the Pentagon is forced to save mankind from extinction and the world from destruction, but first he must evolve into the Messiah and create the plan to save the world? The 21st century Messiah arrives, battles dark forces, and sparks the Armageddon that leads to the apocalypse, rapture, the 2012 pole shift, and extraterrestrial contact. Buy the book today by Ronald Farnham at Amazon and Barnes & Noble, The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military industrial complex and teaching you to be a creditor in commerce. Today is Tuesday, June 4th, 2013, and, well, I have more news for you. I have been contacted by Guinness World Records Gone Wild. They want me to come back on the show. The producer said, hey, we got picked up for more seasons for the rest of the seasons, so I am going to be on the show again. June 24th, I just got the call. That's going to be June 24th, 2013, and I will be throwing plungers again, attempting to break the world record. Now, Guinness has been so great as to help me find the plungers that I am going to use that it looks like are going to be the ones that are going to help me break the world record. So I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and you're thinking, what's up with this whole plunger thing? Well, it's happening. It keeps happening, and I guess this plunger thing's not going away. So my career is taking a plunge in a different type of a direction with the whole plunger thing. As you know, I was just on America's Got Talent, and that was fun. And so now we're going plungers, and I got the new artwork right here. This is before it even goes on the book for The Second Coming of the Messiah, second edition book cover that Analia Salazar gave me. And I haven't even taken it to the printer yet, but I'm going to. And so this is the first time it's ever going to be viewed by people. Cool, huh? So if you want to see it, it's the new cover of the second edition of The Second Coming of the Messiah, Book 1, The Awakening. Get it at Amazon.com. Alright, thanks for watching The Ronald Show. Look for more coming from me about the whole plunger thing. Alright, peace. Have you ever wanted to write a book? Have you ever wanted to write a screenplay? Have you ever wanted to have your great movie idea turned into a screenplay, turned into a movie, turned into a book, and distributed all over the world? Well, now you can learn how to do it with the great new book by Ronald Farnham, How to Write a Screenplay in 30 Days or Less. It includes the logline, theme, synopsis, outline, and screenplay of the 3 magic questions. Learn how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less, or your money back. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it, as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex, and teaching you to be a creditor in commerce. Today is 27 June 2013. We're all still alive, and just about, today's Thursday, so on Monday, last Monday, just this past Monday, just a few days ago, I made my second appearance on Guinness World Records Unleashed. So if you're not watching Guinness World Records Unleashed, you better tune in, because you're going to see me throwing some plungers. And okay, so By the time you see this, the show will have already aired. I did not break the record again. The truth is, I don't know if I should say this on camera, but the truth is, I didn't practice. I didn't even practice one time. I got the plungers, I tested them out, they felt good. I think I might have thrown one, but I wouldn't call that practice. And then I just went on the show and shit the bed. But really, it was all about entertainment. Right before, and I know you guys might be wondering how this all went down, and I just got back grocery shopping. I got a bunch of groceries here I got to go through, but I just want to tell you this story real quick. Okay, so I asked Liz out on the show, and here's how that happened. And this is the truth. This is the absolute God's honest truth, whatever God is. I was standing on the side of the stage, but waiting to get called to go out, where they go, and now, here we go, come on, come out, Ronald Farnham, or whatever they said. I don't even know what the introduction is yet, because I just filmed this, I haven't seen the final version. But I'm standing there with the producer on the side, just chilling out, and Stuart, the judge, comes walking up the stairs, and he goes in through the door, and I go, man, I wonder, and I said to the producer, I wonder if Stuart's dating Liz, or something like that. And he goes, no. I go, man, because Liz is hot. I'd like to go out with Liz. And he goes, ask her out. The producer said, ask her out. I was like, yeah, okay, maybe I will. He goes, yeah, ask her out on stage. I said, oh, on stage? Okay, I'll do that, sure. So I went out there, and then you guys saw what happened, and it was all improvised. There was no real planning, man. I just showed up and took it from there, but it was a good time. We had a lot of fun. Guinness World Records Unleashed is a fun show. I love the producers. I love True TV. I like everything that they do, so good job. Anyway, I just put out, so today's 2013, June 27th. I just now, today, or maybe 2 days ago, put out episode 10 of season 3, which is an urgent message to mankind about methane release from the North Pole. So here's what we're looking at. They're saying by 2015, and you know, I went through all of this with the whole 2012 thing. I thought we were going to die. 21 December 2012. I seriously, really thought that was it. You haven't even seen that episode yet. Well, you have now. If you've seen this, then you've seen that. If you've watched all the shows, but the methane underneath the caps at the North Pole is melting. Chemtrails are being put out by the government. They've been spraying these chemicals into the air for 40 years. It's either 40 or 60 years. Watch episode 10 of season 3. Tells you how long they've been doing this, but they've been spraying chemtrails that have destroyed our ozone layer and made it so that the sun is hitting more of the poles, and now they're melting. And if that methane gas releases, it could mean lights out and extinction on planet Earth of every living species. And we're in the middle of a mass die-off, is what season 3 episode 10 says on that part of that documentary I put on there. So what do? I don't know what to do. I don't know. I'm just going to continue to eat healthy. I got lots of fruits and vegetables here. This is like 40 pounds of food, and I got avocados. This is ginger. I love juicing ginger. Anyway, do not eat anything bad for you, and don't drink anything bad for you. Unless you're drinking rum, vodka. I approve of alcohol because I drink it, so anything that I do, I'm going to approve of. Anyway, that's how it's going right now. I'm out here in Hollywood, California. We just got funded today for Dreamers, the web series, so by the time you watch this episode, who knows, maybe Dreamers is going to be a TV show. Right now it's a web series. We just got funded for the first 26 pages, the pilot episode. Roy Ray and I were going to get the Canon 5D. We're going to get a nice sound package, meaning a boom mic and the equipment used to capture sound. And then we're also going to get a nice Mac with Final Cut so we can do all of the editing. And then we're going to start shooting. People love the script. Talent is good. Got good looking talent, talented talent, and We have a show that can be built upon. It can grow. And we believe that that show is going to grow. It's a combination between Heroes and Law and Order and Lost. Lost, you know, in that Hollywood is the island. And all kinds of things and people come here and things can happen. So we have opportunity and room to grow with that show, because we can take little babies who are on TV all the way to 100-year-old people who die on set. From 0 to 100, you know, we can show all kinds of people coming from all over the world to Hollywood to make their dreams come true. And so we want to inspire with this show, and I think that's what we're going to do. Alright, thanks for watching The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it is perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex, and teaching you to be a creditor in commerce. And remember, to be a creditor in commerce, either accept or conditionally accept any offer made to you. You go into dishonor when you turn down an offer, or you don't communicate, or you say no. So remember that. Anytime anybody asks you for something, always say yes. Or yes conditionally. Yes, I'll give you that if you blah blah blah. You have the power to negotiate. If a police officer doesn't want to negotiate with you and won't handle your negotiation properly and they just arrest you, then they're breaking the law. They're not staying in honor. Let them take you. They can only hold you for 72 hours. Don't sign any paperwork, and don't ever give them your name. Okay? Alright, thanks for watching. I will see you soon, I guess. Peace.
Doesn't happen, the human race will die.
Oh, really?
The first commandment is to maintain a global population under 500 million. Do you know what that means? It means 6.5 billion people are going to die at the hands of the Illuminati unless we stop the Iranians from detonating that dirty nuclear bomb at the Hollywood and Vine train station. The Iranian suicide bomber cell is located at the Vibe Hotel on Hollywood Boulevard.
This isn't Scooby-Doo.
Little blood drink and turned your stomach?
Guide them to the bomb. What is this? Fucking Batman and Robin?
I had become part of something that I no longer felt right about serving.
It's Hollywood and Vine, not Vine Hollywood. Don't you know anything about American culture, you silly Russian?
The global military-industrial complex.
Leading the charge of the carnal feminine.
Ah, yes. The Messiah.
My book is the solution.
How is that the way the world is?
Traitor, who are you working for?
If I was cartoon character, I'd be Woody Woodpecker.
This land is your land. This land is my land. From the Gulf Stream waters to the New York Island, this land was made for you and me.
Don't just update your... No. Don't just... Hey, look. Really, if you want to go to school, don't just update your status, upgrade it. Get your degree from Kaplan University, the place where 9 out of 10 campus graduates find a career in their field of study. Because Kaplan University gives you smaller class sizes and all the support you need every step of the way. Get started on the career you want by calling 866-KAPLAN-5 or visiting Get started on the career you want by calling 866-KAPLAN-5 or visiting upgrade.kaplan.edu today. Don't just upgrade your status. Alright, here we go. Don't just update your status, upgrade it. Get your degree from Kaplan University, the place where 9 out of 10 campus graduates find a career in their field of study. Because Kaplan University gives you smaller class sizes and all the support you need, every step of the way. Get started on the career you want by calling 866-KAPLAN-5 or visiting upgrade.kaplan.edu today. Don't just update your status, upgrade it. Get your degree from Kaplan University, the place where 9 out of 10 campus graduates find a career in their field of study. Because Kaplan University gives you smaller class sizes and all the support you need every step of the way. Get started on the career you want by calling 866-KAPLAN-5 or visiting upgrade.kaplan.edu today. Don't just update your status, upgrade it. Get your degree from Kaplan University, the place where 9 out of 10 campus graduates find a career in their field of study. Because Kaplan University gives you smaller class sizes and all the support you need every step of the way. Get started on the career you want by calling 866-KAPLAN-5 or visiting upgrade.kaplan.edu today. Don't just update your status, upgrade it. Get your degree from Kaplan University, the place where 9 out of 10 campus graduates find a career in their field of study. Because Kaplan University gives you smaller class sizes and all the support you need every step of the way. Get started on the career you want by calling 866-KAPLAN-5 or visiting upgrade.kaplan.edu today. Don't just update your status, upgrade it. Get your degree from Kaplan University, the place where 9 out of 10 campus graduates find a career in their field of study. Because Kaplan University gives you smaller class sizes and all the support you need every step of the way. Get started on the career you want by calling 866-KAPLAN-5 or visiting upgrade.kaplan.edu today. Don't just update your status, upgrade it. Get your degree from Kaplan University, the place where 9 out of 10 campus graduates find a career in their field of study. Because Kaplan University gives you smaller class sizes and all the support you need every step of the way. Get started on the career you want by calling 866-KAPLAN-5 or visiting upgrade.kaplan.edu today. Don't just update your status, upgrade it. Get your degree from Kaplan University, the place where 9 out of 10 campus graduates find a career in their field of study. Because Kaplan University gives you smaller class sizes and all the support you need every step of the way. Get started on the career you want by calling 866-KAPLAN-5 or visiting upgrade.kaplan.edu today. Don't just update your status, upgrade it. Get your degree from Kaplan University, the place where 9 out of 10 campus graduates find a career field in their study.
Now available at Amazon and Barnes & Noble is Harry Johnson, Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star. The crazy adventure of a 1951-born male in Beaufort, Georgia with a 2-foot penis that grows to 3 feet. He goes on to become an international porn star after becoming a war hero in Vietnam. Get it today at Amazon or Barnes & Noble.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as we know it as perpetrated by the global military-industrial complex. Today is Friday, July 19th, 2013, and I am here to share with you two things. The first is good news. And then the second one is not just bad news, but effed up news. Effed up. So, first, let's go over the good stuff. Today, I got a brand new juicer, easy for me to say. The Breville, the Juice Fountain Plus. Look at this thing. This is basically, I got it from Best Buy, and it's the best. That's all I can tell you right now. It's the best. Here it is, still in the package. I am unpacking it. So, and it comes with its own brush too, which is cool to clean the filter with, you know, and it comes with its own pitcher too. That's the first thing I unwrap. So I'm going to unwrap this and I'm going to have a brand new juicer, and I'll tell you something, it gets out a lot more juice. Here's what it says right here. 90%, that's French. 90% water, 10% nutrition. It talks about how Breville's NutriDisc and patented juicing system extracts more nutrients than other juicers and transfers less than 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit of heat to protect enzymes and maximize nutrient absorption. See? That's what I just read. Right there. You can read it too. And you can always pause it and read it. It's got all these cool this whole list of stuff. I got this at Best Buy, if I didn't say that already. It's got a patented, unique, direct central feed system. See, the juice gets extracted right out of there. It's got a titanium safety locking arm that lets you know that the lid is in place. NutriDisc, it's got titanium coating so that the blades stay sharper longer. Easy clean design with dishwasher safe parts. Heavy duty 850 watt motor, very cool. Large capacity pulp container, right? 1 liter juice jug, alright, you saw that. Dual speed control, so I get double speeds, and cord storage in base. I don't really care. It's going to stay right on my countertop right here. So that's the good news, and I'm about the juice. Now, here's the effed up news. As you know, based on some of the recent episodes, co-wrote, but really wrote, because Roy Ray of Roy Ray Productions, LLC, came to me and said, "Oh, Ron, I don't know how to write screenplay. You help me?" I said, "Yeah, I'll write a screenplay. We can make whatever you want." So he had the idea for Dreamers. We went home in January 2013. I used my how to write a screenplay in 30 days or less technique. Overnight, we had his script done and ready to go. And then we started casting it, and we got ready to shoot. And before we went to shoot, we had to raise some money. So we did a Kickstarter campaign, and we raised $5,700 on Kickstarter. Roy promised me he would get more money. He never did. I also think he doesn't care about human beings, and here's why. He only cares about himself. He's Indonesian. He didn't get the money he wanted. We got we had a $5,000 goal on Kickstarter. If you don't raise all of the money that your target goal is on Kickstarter, then you don't get any of the money. So our target goal was $5,000. Clamato by Budweiser. Our target goal was $5,000. My good friend Scott Keim, co-writer and executive producer of Harry Johnson Diary of a Gigolo Porn Star, and good friend of mine, put in $4,000 into the Kickstarter campaign. Even after I tried to tell Roy that we should wait until other people put in money, because we wanted to let other people put the money in first, and then if we needed it to get to our $5,000 goal, because if you don't, on Kickstarter, if you don't raise what your target goal is, you don't get anything. So you have to raise it. But Ray, Indonesian, I don't want to say anything. My mom always said, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. But I don't know. Is everything I'm saying on this show nice? But Roy insisted that Scott put in all the $4,000. I don't know if he was planning or scheming this or what, but here's what happened. So we got the money. We started securing locations. Now, most of the locations in the shooting was going to take place in Hollywood because Dreamers is done. That's part A of B of the good news, bad news thing. Or in the bad news, Juicer was good news. This is good news too for me because I was wasting my freaking time on a level that I think I'm up here. The level I was working at with Roy was about here. So we needed about $10,000 to $12,000 to shoot this 26-page pilot, and we raised $5,700 on Kickstarter. Roy and I never asked for a penny, and I let Roy stay at this apartment right here 2 months free while I paid rent. Never asked him for a dime because we're working on Dreamers. And he's a chronic cigarette chain smoker. I don't smoke cigarettes. So we start getting closer to shooting time when we're going to shoot most of our scenes in Hollywood, but we had some scenes that we had to shoot in Las Vegas. Now in Las Vegas we had to shoot the Trey character going from Colorado to Los Angeles. He stops by Vegas, he stops by the Grand Canyon. It was going to be a nice picturesque intro to the whole thing. We could put about a minute of stuff into the first 5-minute episode. So I wanted to start shooting these different locations, and Roy started saying no, no, no to everything I said and started going, I'm producer, I say what goes, and he started having this attitude, and then he started giving me a hard time for the way I live my life, which is every now and then I like to drink some beer, and I also have a medicinal marijuana prescription, and I can smoke anytime I want and work anybody under the table because I can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week without sleep. I can go without sleep for 3-4 days. Roy, on the other hand, smokes cigarettes and passes out. He eats rice and his pancreas secretes all the insulin. He crashes and he can't stay up past midnight. He's pretty much has no energy. And he's stupid and doesn't have good communication skills. And if he wants to sue me over this, I don't care. Go ahead, Roy, sue me. Those are your words, by the way, because here's the deal. So he starts getting kind of despondent and stressed out the closer we get to July 17th, which is 2 days ago before we go to 2013, before we go to Vegas to shoot for 2 days. And he had enough money to handle this shoot. And my good friend Edwin Awalt has a house in Las Vegas, just about 20 miles right outside of Vegas. And and his wife, April. And by the way, if you want to see a great movie, and if you, it's called 1 in 7 Million by Edwin Awalt, Awalted Entertainment, and it is funny and brilliant, and here's the link for it. Right there. If there's a link, I don't know. I might have just done that for no reason. But anyway, so I'm going to make this quick. Long story short, we go to Vegas. Roy doesn't know how to be a producer. I take over producing and directing, figure out the locations because he wouldn't. Every time I asked him for a location, he said no. And so I said, all right, well, you figure out the locations, tell me where you want to shoot, and I'll make sure that me and the DP, the director of photography, get the good shots. So we get to Vegas and he shuts down. He's got no communication skills, so I take over. I go, all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go out, we're going to go far away from Vegas, on a road, and we're going to get our wide shot of the whole city of Las Vegas. Then we're going to move closer, we're going to get a medium shot, then we're going to get Stowe driving on the road, and we're going to do this and that and the other thing. So we do all that, and Roy won't say a word or even help out the whole time. And then we get back to Edwin's house, where his wife has cooked us a nice dinner, put out food for us. Edwin's going to put all of the footage that we shot onto his Mac with Final Cut 7, render it for us. We're going to watch it. We're having a good time. We got a place to sleep instead of getting a hotel. Saved us a ton of money, and he's going to give us all this for free because I grew up with Edwin Awalt. We played baseball together. His father used to be my baseball coach. He was doing this because, you know, we did 1 in 7 million together. I'm in 1 in 7 million. We're friends. We're buddies. He was helping us do this. That way Roy wouldn't have to spend any more money. Roy starts yelling at us, calling us, telling us he's the producer, what kind of criticizing our work, wouldn't even look at the dailies, and then curled up in a ball on the couch and started crying when I got in his face and I said, "Look, motherfucker, I asked you for the locations and you never did that, and now you're telling me that our stuff is shit. Well, fuck you. Now let's go up here and look at the dailies and stop being a little baby." So he didn't do that. We went upstairs and started watching the dailies. He curled up on a ball, like a ball on the couch, started drinking, got drunk, started crying, and Edwin's wife April went down and had to console him. And then we were done watching the dailies and we saw some good stuff that we got that we could use, and then we start watching Edwin's movie, a new cut of it, which is hilarious. And Bernard was laughing so hard, and me and Bernard were laughing so hard watching this one scene that we were crying, and we were having fun up there. We didn't care, you know, if Edwin didn't care, if I'm sorry, Edwin, I didn't mean to mistake your name for Roy's name. Never happen again. If Roy, I don't think, cares about human beings, he only cares about himself. He didn't want to pay any of the actors, all deferred pay. He didn't want to even pay Stowe, the actor, gas money, food money, and he barely wanted. And I had to. Well, listen. So he comes upstairs while we're having a good time and tells us to stop what we're doing, stop watching what we're watching. He thought we were watching the dailies, but we were watching Edwin's movie. Edwin's a big, strong dude who doesn't put up with any junk. He's from Palm Bay, Florida. That's how we are in Palm Bay. If someone starts giving us a hard time, we throw down. That's it. It doesn't take much. Someone says something, you get up and go, "What?" Bing. Or they hit you and it's a fight, and then everybody drinks later on. And so we keep Edwin from beating up Roy, who has alienated himself. Roy goes downstairs and starts packing his stuff up to leave. April comes up and says, "Roy's leaving." After Roy comes up and he goes, "You're fired, Bernard, and you're fired, Ronald. That's it. You're fired." Now, we're out in Vegas. I'm in Hollywood. I live in North Hollywood. This is 4 hours with good traffic to Vegas. And Roy drove us out there in his two-door older model Mustang with the windows down. In July, it was 101 degrees in the desert, and he wouldn't put the air conditioning on. I guess because he wanted to save money on gas, and we had to sweat and dust and stuff coming in the whole time. It was brutal, because he doesn't care about human beings. All he did was chain smoke the whole way out, as long as he can get his cigarettes and white rice. So Roy starts packing his stuff up to leave, and I go downstairs. I'm like, "Come on, Roy, look, I didn't mean to yell at you. I did mean to yell at you. You got to get excited. We went and got good stuff. Come up and watch the footage. Stop being a baby and let's go. Let's do this. You know, we've been working on this for 6 months. We started in January. It's July now. Come up." And he wouldn't even respond. He just stands there with his sunglasses on, because he can't make eye contact. Doesn't know how to handle people, I guess. And he starts reaching down to grab the camera case, and I was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're not taking any of that equipment. My good friend Scott Kime gave us $4,000 to buy this equipment with. We bought that equipment. That's Scott's equipment. You leave, give me my keys back to my apartment, and get the F out of here." And he went down to get the equipment, and I go, "Look, you are not taking that camera." And I got right up to him. I said, "You're not taking that camera. If you try and take that camera, we're fighting over it. So go ahead, hit me." Hit me. And he left. So then when he left, this is about 10 o'clock at night, he called the police, dialed 911, said there was a crime there, and the police came back and got the camera and gave it to him. We didn't want any problems with the police. And then he took the camera, called a cab, went to Harrah's Casino and Hotel, where he went and stayed at the hotel where the actor was. Then in the morning, he got in the car and drove back to Los Angeles and left me and the DP there, the director of photography, Bernard Chartouni. He abandoned us in Las Vegas and drove back to Hollywood without us. So I had to buy a bus ticket for me and for myself. I had to buy the bus ticket for me,
for myself. I had to buy the bus tickets for myself and Bernard. And then we took an 8-hour bus trip back to Los Angeles. And then I called Roy as he was on the way out of town, and I was like, hey, you're just leaving us? Come on, man. And he wouldn't answer his phone, so I had to call the actor who was with, and I was like, put Roy on the phone. He goes, he can't talk right now. He wouldn't talk to me after abandoning us. So I called Scott Keim, who gave us the money, the $4,000, and I told him what happened. And Scott is a great guy, man. He just said not to worry about it. And thanks, Scott. So Roy's saying Roy says he's not going to return the camera. He's going to go ahead and shoot Dreamers. Because I finally get on the phone with him. I go, Roy, where are you going, man? You just left us in Vegas. I go, what about the camera? We're going to have to return and give Scott his money back. He goes, no, man. I'm going to shoot Dreamers. Okay. All right. And you're going to shoot Dreamers with no crew, no sound, because I had all the sound equipment with the Canon 5D Mark III. It's really it's for still photography. It's for pictures. It's not really designed regarding sound for movies, but the picture is great. So if you do use the Canon 5D Mark III to make a movie with, you need some external sound equipment, and then you have to dub it, put it over there. But otherwise, the gears in the Canon 5D Mark III, you can hear them rumbling, gear moving as the camera is rolling. In fact, here's an example of the grumbling from the cameras now. Okay, roll sound, and camera's rolling, and action.
The Awakening.
The second coming of the Messiah. Book 1, The Awakening. It's a sequence to the Bible.
Who are you? The Messiah?
Do you think anyone else could have written that?
Okay, so we're back from that, and the rest of the story is this. I get back to Los Angeles. Scott talks to Roy, because I told Roy when we got the camera. Roy says to me, when we got the camera, we get back to my apartment. Roy says he's so happy. He's like, hey man, this isn't really either one of our cameras. This is my camera and your camera. You can use it anytime you want. And I was thinking, yes, I know, because Scott Keim gave us $4,000 to buy that camera with. So I called Roy while he was driving back to Los Angeles, and I'm stuck in Nevada. And I go, what about the camera, man? I need to use that camera. You said I could use it anytime we want. And he goes, oh, if you need to use camera, you must talk to my lawyer. And his uncle's a lawyer, and his uncle wouldn't even give him any money for Dreamers. So I get back home, and all of Roy's stuff that he's been staying here with is at my apartment. So I pack it all up. And now it's Friday, and tomorrow I have a conference call with Scott and Roy to make sure that we're going to meet at Sammy's camera, return all of the equipment, and Scott's going to get his money back. Otherwise, Roy doesn't get any of his stuff back. And he's got important stuff. His iPad, his thumb drives with all of his information on it, his external hard drive, his work clothes, all kinds of stuff. So Dreamers is done, as far as I'm concerned, for me. And Roy, with his personality, who calls himself a producer, is not a producer. He's not a writer, he's not an actor, he's not a director of photography, and he's certainly not a producer or an executive producer. In fact, he is nothing. And he should go back to Indonesia and never come back to Hollywood, because he's not going to make it in this entertainment. When I get in somebody's face and yell at them, they got to either curl up into a ball and cry like what Roy did, or they have to stand up to me and fight or yell back and tell me why I'm wrong. That's how you make it in Hollywood. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to have passion and integrity, and you have to care about people. And I don't think that Roy has any of that. I don't know if he's a sociopath, but to leave me and the director of photography with no way home in Las Vegas and not call us, does that seem humane? Compassionate? Compassion, people with no compassion or empathy for human life are sociopaths, because they only care about themselves and they just like to watch people squirm. So that's the story. All right, thanks for watching The Ronald Show, documenting the collapse of life as I know it, as perpetrated by Roy Ray and the global military-industrial complex, and teaching you to be a creditor in commerce. Remember, get your... My sister is in the process of helping someone get the grand deed for their property. So get the grand deed for your property so you control it. If you do one thing in life, get the grant deed for your... Actually, if you do one thing in life, get the live certificate of birth for your human vessel so you can never be arrested. Alright? Thanks for watching. Peace.